week in the Fancy Stitch Combo series, I'm going to show you how to work the waffle stitch. And I like this stitch and I'm looking forward to showing it to you because it has two unique features that don't always go together in a stitch. First, it will lie flat. And second, it's super stretchy, which means you can use this stitch, just cast on the multiple of 3 plus 1 and make a scarf, and it will work for that. Or you can take something plain like a hat or a sock, something that needs to be really stretchy, and substitute this stitch out for it, which is maybe more decorative than the one you were going to use, and it's going to work out fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stitch. Here is the waffle stitch in a bulky yarn, and it's kind of a fuzzy wool yarn, so it's going to fuzz out a little bit more than a cotton yarn or something else. But it's it is a 2x1 rib broken up with a garter stitch. And the front of the work, this is the decorative front of the work, and the back of the work is the other side of 2x1 rib. And it doesn't look bad at all. It looks pretty nice, but it does look like the back of the work. So I knit this and I thought it was pretty, and I decided that I wanted to see it in a long strand dyed yarn. And you can see if you use a yarn like this is Noro Silk Garden Chunky, which changes colors very gradually. This would make a really nice scarf. And the back of the work. And then I wasn't done yet experimenting with this stitch, and I decided to do it in a less fuzzy DK weight yarn, changing colors every pattern repeat. Isn't that pretty? And I haven't shown you how stretchy it is yet. It's really stretchy. And I'll give you instructions in the video description below and on my website for working this stitch both flat like this and in the round if you want to use it for socks or hats or something. Let's go ahead and get started on the stitch. You want to start with a multiple of 3 stitches plus 1. And so I've cast on 13 stitches here for demonstration. And I've written this up so that we start with a wrong side row. And the reason for that is, this is the wrong side of the cast on. I like this side of the cast on better. I used a long tail cast on, and this is kind of a twill looking edge. And this shows purl bumps, and I want the twill edge to be the right side, so we're starting with the wrong side row. So row 1 is a wrong side row, unless you're working in the round. They're all right side rows then. So you start with knit 1, and then you have a pattern repeat of purl 2, knit 1. So to work the purl stitch, I'm going to pull my working yarn forward between the 2 needles and purl 2. And then pull my working yarn back between the 2 needles to go back to knitting. And that's really what you have to be careful of in this stitch. If you're not really aware and being careful to pull the yarn forward to purl and backwards to knit, you're going to end up with accidental yarn overs, which is going to cause accidental increases in your work. So I go back now. I'm going to repeat the purl 2, knit 1 all the way to the end of the row. So I pull the yarn forward again to purl 2, and pull the yarn back to knit 1. Forward to purl 2, and back to knit 1. Okay, so that was row 1. Wrong side row. Now we move on to row 2, which is a right side row, and we start with the purl 1. And then it's really just the opposite of what we did before. Yarn back to knit 2, yarn forward to purl 1, yarn back to knit 2, and that's what this is, a repeat of knit 2, purl 1. Okay, so that's the gist of this stitch. Row 3 is going to be just knitting across all stitches, and row 4 is repeating row 2 again. The secret to this stitch is remembering to yarn forward to purl and to yarn back to knit. And I'll show you this again. We just worked the first couple of rows, and then when you knit across all the stitches, you're going to get these purl bumps that kind of break things up. And if you want to do stripes like this, 2-color stripes, you want to change color after row 3. So work the new color in row 4. Or you can switch it up, but that's what I did to get this effect. So it looks like the new color is growing out of the purl bumps. And that's it, the waffle stitch.